Hello, everybody. I am going to flip this thing around. For some reason, the default is facing forward on my camera. Yay. All right, we're going to get this set up. I'm going to light my incense to really get this morning started on the right note. And grab any props if you want them. Get this phone set up. Hopefully, it's not too shaky. Oh, it's totally on the volume button. Isn't that fun? Okay. The joys of technology. All right, my friends. Sorry, everybody who has to skip through this setup part. Maybe grab some jams. I posted it on my Instagram. The playlist that I'm thinking might go really well with this flow. If I was teaching class, that's definitely the playlist I would be using. All right, yogis. I think that's a pretty good angle. Hopefully you'll be able to see my head as I practice. All right. Gonna get this incense lit. If you have some candles, maybe light those, adjust the lighting. I like to make my practice kind of feel like I'm in a yoga studio still. I know that these days we're not. We're definitely at home. Like you might see my dog walk through a shot, Miss Zoe, the famous Zoe. But it's nice to like set some music, light an incense, light a candle, some Palo Santo, whatever you got, and just really set the tone for your practice. Sense of smell, visuals, all those things really help tune us into our practice. And it's pretty cold this morning. I have the door open because it feels so lovely outside. But I'm going to take off my yoga socks. They say namaste, guys, on the side. I wear these to the studio pretty often, especially on Sunday mornings when I teach at Westgate at 9 a.m. So, you know, making me feel like I'm kind of at the studio this morning, I guess. I know it's definitely hard missing the studio. I miss it. But, we can kind of make our homes our studios for right now. You're not going to need any specific props. We are going to be doing some core work. We're going to be doing um, some little balance challenges. Let's see if I delayer. I have a feeling I'm going to get pretty. Lost the AirPods. No. All right, we're back. Okay. And then maybe you get these nice incense kind of wafting through our space. All right, my friends. We're going to get started in just a moment. Okay. So Today's practice, we're gonna start in a Shavasana. We're gonna start off really grounded and we're gonna slowly work our way up to standing for some balancing to wake ourselves up this morning. So let's get started, guys. Starting on our backs. If this feels good for you, if you want something else, take something else. Maybe you bring the soles of your feet together to create some hip opening this morning. I'm just gonna start with arms and legs taking up some space. Like a Shavasana, you could reach your arms long overhead. I call it a starfish. This one also feels really nice if you want to open up the heart a little bit more. Start warming up into the shoulders. Just notice your breath. Starting to deepen each inhale and exhales, bringing awareness to the depth of your breath. Bringing awareness to the length of each inhale and exhale. Notice if you can keep them equal for a moment. Filling up for the same amount of time as you exhale. Bringing awareness into those spaces where we hold tension in the body, the jaw, that space between our brows, our shoulders, maybe even into the belly, softening the belly a little bit more so it really rises and falls on each breath. Now let's bring some awareness to our breath, taking a full inhale, filling all the way up. Pause at the top. Take an extra sip of air in. Open up your mouth, big sigh. As you open up your mouth, letting go that sigh, sink even heavier, surrender to gravity, to the earth. Another full breath in, fill up. Again, pause, add that sip of air in. Open mouth, sigh, really sink. One more full breath in, biggest breath yet. Pause, extra sip of air in. Open up your mouth. Now, if your hands are not already there and your feet are still together, really extend the arms and legs in opposite directions, reaching your arms long overhead, toes in the opposite direction. A nice good morning stretch, reach, 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 nice and long. Keeping this good morning stretch length, start to tuck the chin towards your chest as you hover the arms. Then the arms reach towards the feet. Take a nice slow roll all the way up. Slow, 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 slow. That incense is quite strong. The smoke blowing into my face. I don't know if you guys can see it. And then start to roll all the way back down. Use that core control, use that core stability and strength, pulling the navel down into the spine. And again, tuck the chin towards the chest, start to reach those arms forward. I like to keep the toes pointed. It helps me try to keep my legs down as I roll up. And then rolling back down. Let's go for that one more time. Maybe the slowest roll yet as you reach your hands forward. And then eventually releasing the point of the toes, finding a nice forward fold. Now, I'm not going to take any bind here. I'm just going to let my arms hang, just allowing my hamstrings to ease into this stretch. A little shake yes and no into the neck might help release some tension. One more full breath in. Exhale, slowly rise up to a nice tall seat. Bring the soles of your feet together. Sit up nice and tall for a butterfly pose. So, butterfly, Just like when you're a little kid, your teachers tell you like flapping your wings or your butterfly, your knees. Just let the knees settle in wherever they end up at. Bring your thumbs to the insides of your feet and give them a little gentle massage, a little bit of love. Sing up nice and tall. Now I like to get a stretch into the neck while I'm here. So let's drop our right ear, chin falls in towards our chest, left ear over towards left shoulder. Nice. Bring your chin back in through center. One more time, right ear over towards right shoulder, linger. And then left ear over towards left shoulder. Just warming up the neck. Maybe you slept on it a little bit funky. I like the little massage into the feet. All the while, come back up through center. Roll the shoulders out. Let it go. One more breath in this butterfly pose. Exhale, close up the knees. Rock maybe a time or two along the length of your spine, warming it up, depending on how thick your mat is and the ground you're on. I'm on tile right now, but my mat is thick. So thankfully, it protects my bony spine. All right, once we find our way into our tabletop, let's warm up our spine. So inhale, lift up for a cow pose. Exhale, round for cat. Again, inhale, pull yourself through for cow pose. Maybe drop one ear over towards one shoulder and the other ear towards the other shoulder. And then a cat like back. I like to press my ribs right and then left. One more time, right and then left. And then let's come back through to a neutral tabletop. Let's tent up onto the fingertips now. We'll do around a cat cow like this, adding a little bit of height. So inhale, lift, tailbone and gaze up. Exhale, round and hollow out. Notice that difference, that stretch you feel. Lower back down to the palms. We're going to take our right arm and sweep it up towards the sky, reaching up high, looking up towards that thumb. But instead of threading the needle, we're going to move our right hand to the top left corner of the mat like a karate chop. So as you karate chop the left corner, drop everything down. I like to just sink my head down even, but it's whatever's accessible for you. Sometimes gazing over to the left. And then sinking maybe the hips back towards the heels a little bit more, or maybe just leaning down towards the earth. Notice what's accessible for you. You should feel this stretch in those right intercostal muscles, those space between the ribs. And then draw that hand back up towards the sky. Reach it up high. Exhale, lower that right hand down. Nice. Inhale, let's sweep that left arm up towards the sky. Reach it up. Look up towards that left thumb. Find length along those intercostal muscles. And then as you're ready, we're going to karate chop that left hand down. And again, we're just dropping our hips back towards our heels or our heart towards the mat. You might notice that as you drop into here, you feel a deeper stretch the more you drop into these left intercostal muscles between the ribs, all the way along the shoulder, maybe even into the tricep. I like to gaze over to the right or sometimes down, just depending on what's accessible for my neck this morning, though. My neck's feeling pretty warmed up already. So maybe you're gazing over to the right. You've got this for another full inhale. Exhale, sweep that left arm high towards the sky. Reach it up. Exhale, lower it down. Awesome work, yogis. Now we're going to tuck the toes, warming up our feet for a yogi toe stretch. Now, if you're not leaving the house very much right now, you're probably not wearing shoes a lot. So this is a great way to stretch out your feet. You might also be sitting a lot more than you normally do. And, this is just a nice way to really also wake up our feet before the day, get them a good stretch. If you take a walk later, a run, or any exercise, they're ready to go a little bit more. But this is kind of uncomfortable. So let's go for some stretches for our wrists to prepare them for our practice and taking our mind off of this. So reaching that right hand forward, like you're telling somebody to talk to the hand, take that left pointer finger and just gently pull back your right pointer finger towards your face. Nice. Let's switch it out. Middle finger, ring finger, and just pull gently, right? We're not like forcing this. And the pinky finger. Now I can't forget the thumb. And then give that wrist a little stretch, a little wiggle, a little warm up. Nice. Find some movement in that stretch in the wrist. All right. And then we're going to face the left hand forward, like we're saying, talk to the hand again, and then take that right pointer finger and pull back the left pointer finger towards your face. And then the middle finger might linger on one that feels a little bit tighter than another. The ring finger. Your feet are probably talking to you by now. Mine are. Pinky finger. Try to stay in it. Try to breathe calmly. And then last but not least, the thumb. Give that thumb a lot of love. And then let's shake that out, roll out that wrist, stretch it out, maybe flex the handle around a little bit or draw circles. All right, and then let's take the tops of our feet, tap them out into the mat. Oh my goodness. Letting that go. Awesome job, yogis. Now we're going to reach our right hand forward, our left hand back. So our thumb is facing up on that right hand towards the sky, but our left toes are really flexed down towards the earth. Find this strength into your core here. Now, as you find this extra length, taking time to lift that back left heel and right thumb a little bit higher. Exhale, crunch and round in, knee towards elbow, really round into that spine like a cat-like back. And then inhale, find length. Exhale again, crunch in. Maybe it's knee towards third eye space or nose. Inhale, find length. One more time, crunch it in. And then open up. We're going to open up left and right with our arm and leg, this awkward airplane pose. Try to keep this left heel hip height. I know it's tough. Try to keep your right arm shoulder height as well. Pulse up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend into the elbow, bend into the knee, pulse up and down. 5, 4. Use that core strength. 3, 2, 1. Now open back up. Gently lower the left foot down. Walk your hands back towards that right knee and rise up. Sweeping your arms out in opposite directions. A little lean over to the right, just gently. And then a little lean to the left. One more time to the right. Drop that right hand down. Reach that left arm up and over. And then tick-tock at the left hand to the top of your left thigh. Gently, though, little to no weight. And as you reach that right arm up and over, gain that nice side stretch. Slowly rotate, lower the hands down. Use your core strength, but also use that inner thigh strength to really squeeze and pick up with the glute, that left leg. Now pivot it back behind you. Lower your toes down to the earth, a little pulse into the calf. Forwards and backwards. Nice. Maybe you hold the heel back for another breath in. Exhale, lower that left leg down. Notice the difference between the sides already in your body as we start to lift that left arm and right leg opposite ways. So our left arm is reaching forward, thumb facing up towards the sky. And then we're kicking that right foot back behind us, using our core strength to knit our low ribs together so we don't collapse into our low back. Instead, we're keeping it nice and flat the best we can. Taking a calm, steady breath in, reach a little bit longer, a little bit higher. Exhale, crunch elbow in towards knee. Inhale, extend, find length. Exhale, crunch it in, maybe knee towards third eye space or nose. Inhale, find length. Exhale, crunch and round like that cat-like pose. Inhale, find length, and then open up in opposite directions. Awkward airplane pose. Pulse up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend into the elbow, bend into the knee, and then pulse. 5, 4, 3. You got this. Use your core work. 2, 1. Open back up. Lower that right foot down, and then walk your hands back towards that left knee. Rise up, arms open up to a T. Surf into the left, and then to the right. One more time to the left. And as we go to the right, bringing that right hand gently to rest on that right leg, reaching up and over with that left arm. We're doing it a little bit opposite this time because then we're going to come back over to the left. Dropping that left hand down, reaching that right arm up and over. Nice, yogis. One more full inhale. Exhale, let's walk our hands forward. And again, use that glute strength, use that inner thigh strength and belly strength to lift that right leg up and then kick it back around. Lower just the toes down for that calf stretch, pulsing forwards and backwards. And then maybe for that last breath, you hold that heel towards the back. And then when you're ready, lowering that right knee down. Lovely yogis, tuck the toes, lift the hips high, down dog is where we're going to meet. So pedal it out, ease into your down dog. Maybe you need to tell your dog to be quiet because she's muffing at absolutely nothing. Give your head a little shake, yes and no. And then take a steadier breath in and a big exhale, let it go. Let's lift high onto the tippy toes. Shimmy the heels over to the right side. Just let them fall to the right. Ooh, get that nice stretch into your back. And then come back through center. Let the heels fall over to the left. Again, pressing your heart back towards the thighs to lift that tailbone higher. Get that nice stretch. Come back through center. Inhale, lift high onto the tippy toes. Now taking tiny tiptoe steps with straight legs, palms glued to the mat. Take those tiny steps. It's going to get really stinking hard as you get to the top. And then forward fold. You got it. Nice. Ragdoll, grab our opposite elbows, generous bend into the knees, belly to thigh connection. Just let your head hang heavy. If you want a little bit more weight for the neck, interlace your fingers behind the back of your head, ever so slightly adding a little bit more weight. Now you might move a little bit left and right. You might bob up and down a little bit, whatever works for you. Another full inhale. Exhale, release your fingers down. Now let your arms hang heavy. Let your head hang heavy. Start pressing. Uh, Zoe, hey, chill, chill. There's no one there. The delivery man is very scary. Roll all the way up until you come to stand. There are friends, Zoe. Sweep our arms high to the sky. Reach them up. Exhale, cactus your heart open, back bend. Isn't this the beauty of practicing at home? Our dogs are part of our practice. Inhale, sweep our arms back up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step back, top of a push-up. Then we're gonna start warming up our back with some baby back bends, and then we're gonna build up. So for this first set, we're gonna do these ones together, and then you'll have your choice of how to flow after that. Taking one more breath in, press the earth away. Exhale, slowly lower down. Keep those elbows in towards the ribs. Lower all the way down in one line. Untuck the toes, tops of your feet into the mat. Hug the elbows in. Zip up like a serpent's tail and engage your quads so much so that your knees are hovering right now. But everything else is touching, including the low belly. Inhale, lift the heart. Gaze down the bridge of your nose. Squeeze those elbows a little bit more together. Maybe you hover the palms to check where your strength is coming from. Is in your palms? It shouldn't be. It should be from the back. Exhale, lower back down. Nice, yogis. Tent up onto the fingertips. We're going to lift up for a wild cobra. So our hands are off the mat, elbows up towards the sky. Lift up a little bit higher here. And the reason why we're doing that is because we're going to drop our left shoulder down, gaze over to the right. Get a nice stretch into the front shoulder. One more inhale. Exhale, come back up through center. Let's switch over to the left as we drop that right shoulder down. Steady inhale. Exhale, come back through center. Lift high for one more breath. In, really press the tops of your feet down. Exhale, come back down. Now let's get a really big back bend here, locust pose. If you're not ready to lift your feet up, don't stress. You can go for it another round. Interlace your fingers to your low back. Keep the elbows bent to begin with. And then when you're ready, keep pressing the tops of your feet into the mat. Engage your quads so your knees again are hovering as you start to pull your knuckles towards your heels. Notice how that lifts your heart. This might be where you stay, or you might hover the feet this morning. It just depends on how you're feeling. You adjust for you. One more full inhale, maybe lift a little bit higher. Exhale, lower back down. Now bring one ear off to the side, pick up your feet, and windshield wiper them left and right, left and right. Nice. Let's come back through center, pressing our palms down, tuck our toes, engage those legs, press up, plank pose or tabletop. Hips go high, down dog, pedal it out, come back to your breath. Nice, yogis. Keep breathing. And then notice where your mind is at, where your breath is at. What can you calm here? Sorry, as I mess with the thing so you can see my head, I'm not going to look decapitated then. The whole time, at least. As we come back to our down dog, taking a full breath in, lifting high onto the tippy toes, gazing forward. Exhale. Maybe this time you bend into the knees, hop, step, float, travel forward on that last exhale. Inhale, anchor fingers to shins or to the earth. Halfway lift, scoop up the low belly, gazing straight down. Exhale, forward fold. Nice, yogis. Inhale, root and rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Reach all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus your heart open, big back bend. Inhale, sweep your arms up high towards the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Keep those knees bent as much as you'd like. These forward folds, you don't have to completely straighten the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step back, top of a push-up. Your choice to vinyasa how you want, flow like you. We'll meet back in down dog. Maybe it's an up dog. Maybe it's lotus again. Sorry, locust. You could go for lotus too. Maybe your hips are that warmed up. Maybe you take baby cobra, a sphinx pose, or you just skip it all and you don't do anything except just go back to your down dog. And that is awesome. Personally, one of my favorite journeys to take because it's the hardest one for me to mentally allow myself to do. Another 2 rounds of breath in and breath out. Picking up the pace on this next one, taking a full inhale. Exhale, gazing forward, hop, step, float, travel to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root and rise. Reach all the way up. Cactus the heart open, big back bend. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, swan dive forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and take that vinyasa. We'll meet back in down dog. Breathing the whole time. Notice where the breath is, but also notice where the mind is as you do that. You're bringing your focus back to your breath. A great way to keep your mind present, keeping yourself in this moment of time. One more of these. Inhale, lift high onto the tippy toes. Exhale, hop, step, float, travel forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Just really warming up our bodies on this cold morning. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Reach high. Exhale, cactus your heart open. Maybe you interlace your hands this time. Knuckles down towards the earth. A bigger back bend, bigger chest expansion. Exhale, forward fold, maybe with the bind. This is really nice if you're sitting a lot more than you used to as well, really working on that posture, but also stretching and opening up into that heart space. When you're ready, knuckles pull towards the back of the room for the inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release the bind, forward fold. Take your vinyasa. We'll meet back in down dog. Nice, yogis. Staying with your breath. Now we're gonna start moving into some different spaces from here, some more balancing spaces now that we've really warmed up our body. We stretch into the wrists, the feet, our hamstrings, everything's gotten a little bit of love here. Let's start to move and balance a little bit more. Maybe give that head a little shake, yes and no. Notice if you're holding tension there. And then when you're ready on the next inhale, lift high onto the tippy toes, gazing forward. Hop, step, float, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hold it on down. Inhale, root and rise. Hey, we've been here before. Now, before we begin balancing, our true test here is to see how we can just stand on our 2 feet with our eyes closed. Now, if you're like me, I tend to feel a little bit of swaying. That's okay. We're going to start to find some stability. We're going to lift up all 10 toes. Exhale, softly lower them back down as you feel your whole foot root down. Begin to squeeze and engage the glutes as you squeeze and engage the quads, the whole legs, rooting everything down. As you feel this engagement in the lower part of the body, the tailbone slightly pressing forward, the hips slightly pressing forward to try to encourage you to engage your core a little bit more. You notice how it's already happening. So start to pull the navel in towards the spine, the low ribs together, and then that opens up along the heart, broadens the chest. Shoulders fall away from the ears. That brings in some extra length into the neck. As the crown of the head reaches a little bit higher towards the sky, feeling this stability in your stance. Knowing that this is our stable stance, so this is our stable stance for any balancing posture. Now go with this challenge with me. If you'd like to keep the eyes closed, go for it. Start to shift weight into the right foot. Start to bring that left knee up and in towards the chest, one-legged Tadasana. Oh my goodness, this is so hard with closed eyes, but you got this. Flex that left foot. Flutter open the eyes if you're going to lose your balance like I just did. It's all good. Flex the foot. Now, if you can't laugh at yourself when you fall out of a balancing pose, we got some serious problems, guys, because hopefully no one's around right now other than the person you're practicing yoga with, and they're falling too, most likely, including me. So it's all good, guys. Got to be able to laugh at ourselves. It makes it fun. Now, from here, you're probably feeling that this left leg's a little bit on fire. That's all good. Start to kick this foot back. Lean your heart forward, warrior 3. Nice. Using the strength of that right foot that's rooted down. Left toes flex down towards the earth. And again, engaging your core, but finding that length across the whole body, just like we did when we were standing. Nice, yogis. Lower gently the left toes down. Sweep your arms up. High crescent lunge. Now, from your high crescent lunge, we're going to find some movement here. So don't get too settled in. You're going to draw that left knee up and in towards the chest, one-legged Tadasana. And then kick it back, warrior 3, arms reaching forward this time. Lower the toes down, high crescent lunge. Oh, isn't this fun? Drawing our knee up and in towards our chest. Lift it up. And then exhale, kick it back. Good, let's go for that again. Draw this left knee up and in towards our chest. And again, exhale, kick it back. Good. Now, as you find the stability here, landing back in your high crescent lunge, cactus the heart open, find that back bend. Inhale, sweeping the arms up high. Grab onto that left wrist, stretch up and over to the right. Come back through center. Let's sweep our arms back behind us, lightning warrior. Hover that belly over that top thigh. Good, yogis. Taking another full inhale. Exhale, stay with it. I know that right leg's on fire, but you've got this, yogis. One more full inhale. Exhale, fan open, warrior 2. Seal down that back left foot. Heel to arch alignment between that front right heel and that back left arch. Your right knee is drawing over towards the right pinky toe as you kind of squeeze and tuck the tailbone under by engaging the glutes. The shoulders drop away from the ears, and the gaze is over this front right middle finger. Just to the point where everything gets a little bit blurry past it. You're just your focal point. Take a deep breath in as you surf your fingertips forward. Stay for the breath. I'll be fun. Take a deep breath in. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior as you inhale. Reach up, reach back. your palm, reverse your warrior, reach up, reach back. Exhale, come back, lower the heel down. Straighten out your front leg, turn all 10 toes towards the long edge of the mat. Now as we're here, we're gonna go for another chest expansion. Interlace our hands to our low back, knuckles pull down, heart lifts up, maybe a little back bend. And then as you're ready, keeping the spine to fold forward. Now you can keep the spine as long as you want. You can keep it glued down to your low back. You could release the spine at any point, or you could start to lift the knuckles up towards the sky. Maybe try to get them almost all the way overhead, just on the mobility of your shoulder, double jointed. And so, this kind of thing is like my normal stretching for my shoulders. But if that's not happening for you, it's all good. Maybe you lower your hands down. Maybe you go upside down for a headstand. If that's in your practice, maybe you take one palm down. Let's plant our left palm. Let's take a twist together, reaching that right arm up towards the sky. This can feel real nice. Sometimes I wrap that right hand around the low back for a little half bind and twist a little bit more. Notice what's happening for you here, though. And then when you're ready, switch it out. Right palm comes down, left arm reaches high. Nice. Feeling that stretch of the hamstrings, maybe that half bind, wrapping that left hand around the low back. You could even take this right hand to the left ankle or left calf, whatever is accessible. Getting a deeper twist. Another full inhale. Exhale, fold it on down. Now we're going to dance around the mat a little bit. So if you're lifting your feet off the earth, let's lower them back down. We're all going to walk our hands around to frame our back left foot, standing L, balance on that left foot. Awesome job, guys. Taking this time to really seal in that belly and thigh connection here best you can. Now, you might bend the knee for that. You might keep your leg somewhat straighter, but it's never locked out. You're using your strength of your leg to hold you up rather than using the joint where you just lock out the knee. Try your best to work on that strength being from the muscles. Your right toes are still flexed down, very similar to our tabletop core work that we were doing earlier or our warrior 3. Now, while we're here, we're going to add a bigger bend into this left knee. Start to gather our hands in towards our heart space. Rise up to a one-legged Tadasana. Woo. Right knee comes up and in towards the chest. If you need to touch the toes, it's all good. Taking a deep breath in and a big breath out. Now from here, from our one-legged Tadasana, we're going to work on tapping this right knee behind our left calf, finding a curtsy squat here. But it's hovering. If you notice, my right toes are not touching the ground. I have a nice bend in this left leg. It's almost like a one-legged chair, like a curtsy chair. I'd like to see if you can lean your heart forward a little bit more as you swim your arms back. Airplane arms, pinkies in, thumbs out, palms face the earth. So proud into the chest, squeezing those shoulder blades together and down the back. One more full inhale. And then exhale. Let's lower our hands down. Let's slide this knee to the outside of our left heel. So we're going to sit up nice and tall in this twist. I'm going to turn towards you so you can see. So we're sitting up nice and tall. This is our left leg, and this is our right leg on the bottom. You can always reverse it if you need to. The next time around, just be on the opposite side. Sweep your arms up. Now taking your left arm, hug. Start with this side first. Good. Now let's switch it out. As we sweep our arms up, we're going to take that right arm. This is a bigger twist, hugging that knee in, twisting over that left shoulder. Just warming up the spine a little bit here. We haven't done very much twisting yet today. One more breath in. Exhale. We're going to unwind. Now I'm going to go back so you guys can see where we're at. All right, so we're in the seated twist, right? You guys remember how we twisted over to the right first? So walk your hands all the way over to the right and unwind. Oh yeah, we're back to this down dog. Awesome job, yogis. Taking a full breath in and a big breath out. When you're ready, lifting high onto the tippy toes, gazing forward, hop, step, float, travel to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root and rise. Reach all the way up towards the sky. And again, maybe you take the interlacing of your hands to your low back. We're gonna go for a little back bend here before we start the other side. So knuckles pull down, heart lifts up. I like to squeeze and press my glutes a little bit forward, protecting the low back. Good. Gently sweep your arms up towards the sky. Palms come into heart center. Close the eyes. Once again, let's find that rooting into our feet. So lifting up all 10 toes before settling them back down. I like to start with the big toe and try to work my way out on my toes. Really paying attention to that control. Root down through every part of the foot. The heel, the razor edge, the ball, and the toes. Again, squeeze, engage the glutes to really bring activation into the legs, every part, the quad, calves are firing up the glutes. The glutes invite in a little bit more strength into the low belly, which brings in strength by pulling the low ribs in together, knitting them in. So your heart presses out a little bit prouder into the thumb. And shoulders naturally fall down the back a little bit more, inviting extra length into the neck, all the way up to the crown of the head. Find the stability and strength. And maybe you keep your eyes closed as you gently shift weight into your left foot, drawing your right knee up and in towards your chest. Again, the eyes closed here thing is really hard, but you can try it. Ooh. One side might be easier than the other. You might be in your head a little bit too much on this. This is always my problem. Okay, I'm gonna open up my eyes because apparently balancing on my left foot with my eyes closed is darn near impossible today. Take another full inhale and an exhale. Now, as you find that this right leg is really talking to you, it's really fired up and active because your foot is really flexed, like you're stepping up on the biggest box. Pull that knee in a little bit closer towards your belly button, towards the chest. And then with that strength, kick it back, warrior three. Balance, hold, hover, use your strength. Good, yogis. Taking your time to breathe, to flex those right toes down towards the earth, to find that length through the crown of your head. Nice, proud heart still, though. Shoulders falling down the back. Strong legs. One more inhale. Exhale, land. Sweep the arms up, high crescent. Now, again, remember, we're not staying here too long, so don't get too comfy because on the next breath in, we're going to draw this right knee up and in. Exhale, we're going to hinge back, warrior three. And next inhale, we land in our high crescent. Let's do that again. Inhale, draw this right knee up and in towards the chest. Kick it back and then step it nice and slow all the way back with control. Again, right knee up and in towards the chest. And then kick it back. Last one. Here we go, yogis. Drawing this right knee up and in towards the chest. Kick it back, high crescent lunge. Cactus your heart open, back bend, settle in. Look up to challenge the balance. Inhale, arms reach up towards the sky. Grab onto that right wrist, stretch up and over to the left. One more inhale. That's a great stretch. Exhale, go back through center, swim your arms back. Lightning warrior. Ah, my foot's slipping. I think it's time for a new mat when your feet are slipping on it. Take another full inhale, proud heart, proud chest. Your left leg is talking to you. I'm aware this glute is on fire, the quad is on fire. And then when you're ready, fan open, warrior two. Seal down that back foot. And then as you settle in that back foot, notice if you have heel to arch alignment between the front left foot and the back right arch. Now, deeper bend into that front to left knee. Press those glutes forward. And then draw this left knee open a little bit further. Sink a little bit deeper into that front knee if you can, looking over your left middle finger, your drishti, your focal point. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And then when you're ready, flip your palm, reaching your hand forward, lift that front heel, reverse on the inhale, reach up, reach back. Exhale, come back. Inhale, flip your palm, reverse your warrior, reach up, reach back. Good. When you're ready, come back on the exhale. One more breath in. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior, reach up, reach back. Exhale, come back. You might be feeling this in the leg. Lower that left heel down. Straighten out this front and left leg. Turn all 10 toes towards the long edge of your mat. And then any dive here of your choice forward, you can just lower the hands down to the earth. One of my favorite just ways just to hang out. You can grab for opposite elbows, do a ragdoll, swing left and right. You can move into a Mandukasana. You can take on whatever posture you want here. You got it, yogis. Just a couple more rounds of breath. This side's shorter. If you'd like to explore something else, though, you can always pause the video and kind of do your own thing or just catch up with us in a little bit. One more breath in. And one more full breath out. When you're ready, bring your hands to your waist. Lift up halfway, nice flat back, pause. Exhale, come all the way upright. Bend your knees and pivot your feet towards the outside edges of the mat. Sit low, goddess pose. Reach your arms up and overhead. Nice, sway a little bit left and right, backwards and forwards. I'm scared if I turn, I should turn around, but if I turn around, I'm not gonna know which side I'm on. It's all good. Take a deep breath and I'll turn back around a moment. And then settle in, bring the palms into heart center. I like to close the eyes. And keep swaying left and right or find stillness. It's up to you. Notice how strong you feel in this posture. Engaging the core here, using that balance, but also that strength, rooting both feet into the earth. Feel that strength as you sit a little bit lower. You've got it. Flutter open the eyes. 2 more rounds of breath, a little bit lower. Nice. One more breath in. Exhale, stand all the way up, star pose. I'm going to pivot back around so I know which foot it is again. All right, here we go. Let's cartwheel our hands down, frame our back foot. We're in our standing L as we balance on our right leg. Because rights and lefts are hard to keep track of, guys. When I was a little kid, I used to always mix up my rights and my lefts. So I had like a little birthmark on my right pinky, and that's how I always knew which one was my right hand. Probably shouldn't be admitting these things. All right, taking your time to stretch and keep that belly and thigh contact. Working those left toes down towards the earth, drawing the nose in towards the shin, letting the head hang heavy. One more full inhale. On the next exhale, invite a bigger bend into this right knee. Draw and gather your hands into heart center. Rise up, one-legged Tadasana. Oh yeah. Flex those left toes. We've been here before. Find the strength. Gather it up into your heart space. Lift them a little bit higher. And then start to bring this left knee behind your right calf. Find that squat. Almost like it's a one-legged chair here. You got it. But notice how the left toes, again, are staying lifted. If you need to for balance, you can always lower them down as a curtsy squat. But let's keep your heart forward. Sweep your arms back. Breathe. Notice what's going on in your mind. Maybe you're thinking, my leg is going to give out any moment. It hasn't yet, right? It might. I mean, you might fall out of it. That's all good. Just get back into it. One more inhale. Exhale, lower your hands down. Slide that knee to the outside of the heel. And again, I'm going to turn towards you. We're going to start with a gentle twist over to the left first. So sweep your arms up high. Grab onto that left knee. Twist over to the left. For the bigger twist, sweep your arms up. Left hand hangs onto that right knee. Twist up and over that right shoulder. Good. Pull the navel up and in towards the spine. Sit up a little bit taller. Exhale. Twist a little bit deeper into that right shoulder. When you're ready, we're going to unwind, and I'm going to again pivot back through towards the right direction. So we're going to pivot over to the left, unwind like a little break dance and move. Whoop. Back to right down dog. Oh yeah, made it back here. Now floating through to a seats in your practice, go for it, or just lower down to the knees, kick your feet out in front of you. We're just going to want to end up on our booty. All right, so let's roll down to our back and draw our knees in towards our chest. Now we're going to give ourselves a little hug as we prepare for some core work. And if you take my classes normally in the studios, you guys know I really love core work. I think it's the one place I'll do it is when I'm a teacher in a yoga class ask me to do it, and then I'll do it. But if I'm at home and I'm asking myself to do it, I don't know if you're like me. I'm like, oh, I did like 100, and really it was 10. Okay, so we got this, guys. We're gonna hold ourselves accountable here, and we can do this. So extend your legs out, but let them hover. As you bring your hands behind the nape of your neck, kick those legs out. So you're in a low boat, but with the hands behind the head, elbows out towards the edges of the room. I like to point the toes. This helps keep me engaged. Now keep your shoulders hovering as you lift your legs up. Good. Kick your legs back out to that low boat. Again, inhale, lift your legs high to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees, and then kick back out, low boat. We got this, yogis. Lift the legs high to the sky. Bend the knees, kick them out, low boat. We got this 5 more times. Inhale, lift your legs up high. Bend your knees, kick them out. That's 4 more times. Inhale, lift your legs high. Exhale, knees towards chest. Kick them out. 3 more. Inhale, lift it up. Knees in towards the chest. Kick it out. 2 more. Legs go high. Knees in towards the chest. Kick it out. Last one. Here we go. Inhale, legs up. Knees in towards the chest. Kick it out. And then lay it on down. Nice, good morning stretch. Reach your arms and legs in opposite directions. Lengthen along those abdominal muscles. Oh my goodness. Those are tough. Might be feeling them tomorrow. Now, while we're here, this feels really nice. Let's grab onto our right wrist. No, left wrist. Let's grab onto our left wrist, stretch up and over to the top right corner. Walk your feet to the bottom right corner of the mat. So you have this C shape in your body. Maybe you want to cross this left ankle on top of your right. Banana asana. It's a highly, technical Sanskrit name. Haha. Banana. You look like a banana, guys. Banana asana. If asana means seat, it means like this is the banana seat. Maybe you calm down those wandering monkey thoughts that I have, leaping from thought to thought like branch to branch, and you just bring yourself back to the breath. When you're ready, uncross the ankle, release the bind, reach long through fingers and toes, and then grab onto that right wrist, stretch up and over to the top left corner. Walk your feet to the bottom left corner, and then possibly stack that right ankle on top of left if it feels all right. I like to scoot my hips sometimes a little bit further right to create a more dramatic banana shape here. Your choice. Just mindful to dial down that right side of the body. So the right shoulder's dialed down, the right ribs are dialed down, the right glute softens and weighs heavy. Just soak up this stretch from all that hard work. Maybe take a little moment of gratitude, thinking about something that you're grateful for today. It might just be your breath as you're able to move here on the mat. Something small like that. Although, really, that's not that small if you really think about it. Could be something like your coffee this morning, or time to snuggle your dog, or the roof over your head. As you draw yourself back through center, bring your knees in towards our chest, giving ourselves a squeeze. Nice. Lower the left foot down. Keep this right knee in towards your chest. Maybe interlace the hands over the shin to give it a bigger squeeze out towards the right armpit for a moment. And then release your hands away. Cross this right ankle over that left thigh. We're going to go for a figure 4 pigeon or a supine pigeon on our backs. If you want an upright pigeon, you're more than welcome to roll over, go for a down dog, kick one leg high, go through that whole thing. Or if you're with me on this one, maybe just to switch it up a little bit. Interlace your fingers behind that left thigh. Pull this leg in as you press your right elbow into that right thigh to press the knee further away from your heart. This might be enough, or you might extend the left leg up for a hamstring stretch. Sometimes like draw little circles into the ankle. It's up to you. Just mindful to keep this right foot really flexed. You do your own thing, just mindful that the head and the shoulders are connected to the earth. We don't wanna be all turtled up, that's not good. We're not doing any core work here, we got this. One more full inhale. Exhale, crossing this right leg completely over the left. Let your knees fall over towards the left side. Arms open up to a T, a supine twist with the eagle wrap of our legs. If that feels like too much, you can always uncross the legs and just stack right knee on top of left. Especially if your knee is a little sensitive, you might adapt that. Gazing over towards that open right palm if it feels okay for the neck. If not, just keep the gaze up towards the ceiling. Can you root down a little bit more into that right shoulder, but then also invite in some softness? Breath into that right lung, inviting breath into the twist to deepen it. Inhale, draw knees back through center. Exhale, unwind this right leg, lower it to the earth, and then hug the left knee in towards your chest. And again, interlace your fingers over that shin, maybe draw it to the outside of the ribs towards that left armpit. Give it a little bit of a bigger squeeze. And then releasing your hands away from the shin, crossing this left ankle over that right leg, right thigh. Find that supine uh, pigeon once again. Interlace your hands back behind the thigh. Left knee presses into that left thigh, pushing it away from your chest. Keeping that left foot really flexed and active, protecting the ankle that way. Right foot might kick up towards the sky for that hamstring stretch. You might draw those little ankle circles into that and point and flex the toes. It's up to you. It's your own body. You know it best. Listen to it. Sometimes I close my eyes so that I really tune out the external around me, especially in a public class where you see a lot of people practicing around you. Everyone's body is different, and to learn best about your own is really to turn inward, listening to teachers' cues, but also noticing what works better for you. Working on opening those hips while you soften into the jaw, releasing tension, not letting it just transfer from one space of the body to another. Last full breath in, maybe a bigger squeeze. Exhale, lower that right leg down, cross the left leg completely over. Knees fall to the right, arms open up, gaze twist over to the left. Pressing into that right elbow to draw that left shoulder down to the earth, but also allowing yourself to relax into this twist. Bringing awareness into the breath that travels into that left lung. Let it really expand, bringing different elements into this twist with the breath. Again, sending breath into that left lung, letting it ring all out. Let all of the air ring out. Come back through center when you're ready. Uncross the legs. Hug the knees in. Give yourself the biggest squeeze. Show yourself a lot of love. And then a happy baby's here for you. For some reason this morning, a happy baby's really calling to me. If you want a shoulder stand or something else, go for it. I like to kick the soles of my feet up towards the sky and bend those knees down towards the outside of my ribs, trying to keep even the lowest part of my spine all the way down to the sake I can. Now you might kick into one leg and then the other. You might kick into both legs, maybe add a little rock. Might keep a bend in the knees and rock. A lot of options from here. If you're going for a shoulder stand, maybe you move into plow and then eventually ear pinning before making your way back. Notice what you need. Is it a rocking or stillness if you're in happy baby? Learning to listen to these. 2 more rounds of breath. 1 more breath in. We're all going to meet by bringing the soles of our feet together and down to the earth. We're like in our butterfly pose we started in earlier, but this is on our back, a supine. You might have started your practice in it. Bringing one hand to belly, one hand to heart. I really like to feel in this connection to my physical body, my breath, but also my mind, my emotions, and my energy. Observing how my heart really feels at this moment. Some things might have shifted, even if they're small. Those shifts are momentum. Takes practice to be able to dive in that deep so quickly into your practice and in your inner feelings and emotions and your meditation. They might just be really small shifts and changes, but small things add up to big things. And you took time here to show up on your mat and practice, and that is amazing. Take up space for your Shavasana, do so. I will let you know when it's time to really reawaken. So allow it. Soaking up the bliss of your practice that you work so hard to cultivate. To invite in breath back into the body with intention. Taking a steady inhale, sending a little bit more depth into the lungs. Exhale, releasing some richness out with that breath. Inviting in another breath full of life, full of energy. Releasing that breath back out to the world around us. Little wiggles into the fingers and the toes, maybe rubbing the pad of your thumb along the pad of each finger. Maybe pointing and flexing into the feet, ankles. Before bringing your right hand to your belly, left hand to your heart, we're going to close out our practice like how we had that reclined butterfly earlier. Taking a moment here to think of something that you are grateful about yourself. What are you grateful for about yourself? When you find that thing you're grateful for, fill up with it. Big open mouth breath, share it out with the universe around you, the world, knowing that we're all one, we're all connected. Taking a moment here to think about someone in your life that you are grateful for. Someone in your life. Find that someone, take a deep breath in. Open up your mouth, big sigh. Share it out into the world. And one last thing, something in your life that you are grateful for. It can be as shallow, as small as you want it to be, or it can be as deep and meaningful and personal as you want it to be. It doesn't matter. Something you are grateful for in your life. Big breath in, fill up. Take an extra sip of air in. Big open mouth sigh, share it out. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for all you amazing yogis for showing up and practicing, for taking time to support these amazing yoga teachers that practice here on Black Swan. So, all these yoga teachers can't go to studios to go teach. And for a lot of teachers, this is their full time work. And if you have the ability to donate, that is so appreciated by so many of these teachers. These donations really go to help pay bills. Um, and, you know, it means a lot to each teacher also to know that there's support out there, to have you tune in and just see the views is amazing as well. So if you can donate, go for it. It's at blackswanyoga.com. We have a donation link through our website, but also it's right underneath this YouTube video on our page, so it's easy to find. But you can also donate through our Instagram. Uh, if you go to the link in our bio, it takes you right there and you just make donations there too. Either way, it's going to make it back to these amazing teachers teaching, and we are very grateful for it. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope you have a little bit more centering and calming, grounding energy about you right now. It doesn't have to be a big shift, it can be something little, but you know you did something amazing for yourself today. So I am truly grateful. My name is Christine. My Instagram handle is at YogiDLT. You can follow me. I also have playlists on Apple Music, and I recommended some of them in my Insta story today, so you can go and find them. I also took screenshots. If you have Spotify, you can just make a playlist off of the screenshots I took of the songs. Thanks, yogis. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. Until I get to see you again, namaste. Thanks, guys.